Hello, Mandala and Polkadot community. Michael here, and with I guess, an update, an announcement from the Mandala project. Thank you to everybody who's been patiently waiting. We know that everyone has been very excited for the project, and we are just equally as excited. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes. We've had a lot of different relationships and government partners who we've been working with, and working with various different timelines, as obviously it works out that way when you're dealing with institutions and governments. But we're so thankful to all of the community for your patience, and we've got some updates. So the main thing is that we wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of what's going on and what's about to happen. So I'm going to share my screen because we do have a little bit to get through just in a quick little session today. Um, for those that have been curious, we did share the other day an announcement on our X account. So you can head over to the Mandala at Mandala Chain X account. We did post this video the other day. What this video does is it talks about some of the, well, four of the main use cases that we had from our OpenGov referenda that went through last year, and talks about the reporting and the progress of these four main use cases. So if you prefer to go and listen in video format instead of listening to me, you can head over to the Mandala X account and you can see it there. But for everybody else that would love to be able to follow along, we do have updates, and so I'll share exactly what's going on. And so essentially, we were very lucky, and we're very thankful to the whole community who actually voted for us. We know that this was an interesting referenda that went through, and essentially, what that did is it was able to secure us to be able to make these MVPs so that we could keep these projects and these opportunities inside the Polkadot ecosystem. Otherwise, they would have been lost to I guess, other rival blockchains. And so we're very grateful that we were able to receive that funding and we were able to prove out these use cases. And now these different departments and institutions have been able to go and sell that to other people inside the government and other use cases to make sure that we get most bang for our buck. So to update exactly what's going on, there was three main MVPs that have been completed now. The first one being Join. So Join is a cooperative of banks or co-op banks or credit unions. And so across Indonesia, not all of Indonesia is covered by national banks. And so these individual different lending facilities will all be able to unite together under one big network now, hence the name Join. And we can join them all together. And essentially, this will all be recorded to the Mandala mainnet, and people will be able to actually lodge these proofs on the Mandala mainnet as this cooperative now joins together and uses blockchain for the first time. Craft Labs is an interesting project. Inside the referenda, it was referred to as unbelievable because it's actually launched by the Ministry of Creative Economy in Bali. And what Craft Labs is doing, it's tracking and tracing the authenticity of digital products. And so, as illustrated in the video on our X account, you can see that a product can go and get a digital certificate code from the government, issued by the government, and this is stored on chain so that you can prove the authenticity of a product, its materials, its supply chain. And this can be used for customs. It can be used to verify that something's authentic and it's a genuine item. It can be proved that something has its origin that it says it's from, saying made in Bali or made in Indonesia. And this will also all be deployed to the Mandala mainnet. So we are very excited to have these applications using Mandala to verify all of the proofs that they need to verify. And these are MVPs have been built and ready to deploy on mainnet. Java chain is a sovereign chain that is going to be used by one of the largest provinces here in Indonesia. This province has over 50 million residents, and they will deploy various different applications on this chain. So this chain is a solo chain. It's a standalone chain that is run by the government with the nodes all housed in their geographical region for security purposes. But they will run this chain and use this chain for various different applications. And it's fully interoperable with Mandala. People will be able to access it via Mandala chain, and our native token capping will be interoperable between these two different chains. So the Mandala ecosystem is bigger than just the Mandala mainnet, but also these sister chains or side chains, sovereign chains, application chains, we're calling them Mandala application chains, which will allow them to be able to be fully interoperable and part of our ecosystem, which will all filter back one way or another through the Mandala parachain. So this has been built. It's already it's creating blocks. There's an actual block explorer. You can actually go and see the Jabba chain. And so this is all been built out, ready for the government to take full custody of it, and they can start deploying applications on it as well. The last one being ID chain, which is another sister chain, which will roll up to Mandala chain. And this is our main ID solution. So this is run by a state-owned entity, which owns the .id domain system. And this is going to be ready with the big roadmap, I guess, for a mainstream release in Q1 2026 for all of these DIDs that the ID chain solution and e.id will be able to be used by as many different organizations and entities across the government and the country as possible. And they're out doing their business development work right now, bringing more and more use cases to ID chain. But again, another standalone chain, this one will roll up to Mandala and will actually provide us the ability to be fully compatible and interoperable, and hopefully that all of these use cases can actually all create one big harmonious ecosystem that is Mandala Network. So we are very thankful for the support. Like I said, this wouldn't have been possible without OpenGov funding, and we're really happy that we've been able to meet these milestones and really provide bang for buck to the community. We are looking at ways that we can repay that faith to the community and looking for ways to be able to generate, I guess, value accrual back to the Polkadot ecosystem besides just massive amounts of users. And so we'll have some more announcements on that shortly. So again, thank you to everyone who voted for us in this referenda, and we're really excited and pleased that we're able to deliver on these use cases. Okay, moving on. New tokenomics. Now we know people have been waiting a long time. It's been nearly 18 months, I believe, since our first parachain slot auction, and there has been many patient people reaching out to us asking when our token would go live. And so what we've been able to do is we are understanding of this patience, and we know that delays have been tricky. They haven't been for no reason. We're obviously dealing with government entities here. We haven't just dropped the project and decided that we don't care. That is far from the truth. We've been actually working actively to try and make this as speedy as possible, but we obviously want it to be a success. And so we're understanding of this, which is why we're going to change some of the tokenomics to have some shorter vesting and some more tokens that will be available at TGE with some better unlock terms for some of our parachain people and also the people that participated in our Polymech round. And so keep an eye out for this. There'll be a blog post which will explain this soon. But we just wanted to do this as a thank you to all of those who have been waiting, because it is longer that you've had to wait than what we anticipated. But that's just the way things work when you've got some high level clients who are creating applications inside your ecosystem, and we can only move as the slowest of that group. And so it's coming. We hear you. We're thankful for you, and we hopefully that we can reward you accordingly for that. Okay, TGE. So the question has been, when is the token coming? So we have a Polkadot booth at CoinFest this month, starting on the 21st, which is coming up very quickly. And this is going to be a big celebration of the Polkadot ecosystem inside Indonesia. We've been able to create a beautiful community here, and we're very excited to be able to get not just DOT into the hands of more Indonesians, but also Kepeng, our native currency of our ecosystem. And so we are about to launch imminently a public round. And this is going to be the last chance for people to get early access to Kepeng. And for those that don't know, Kepeng, KPG, the native token of the Mandala ecosystem, used to be a currency anciently. It was the currency of this whole region of Southeast Asia before it was outlawed, and fiat currency replaced it. We're very excited to bring this currency back as the native token of the Mandala ecosystem. And so this public sale will be the last chance that anyone has to get in early access. And as soon as this public sale is finished, we will have our token generation event. So the public round will not go for an extended period of time. It'll go quite quickly, and then eventually we will TGE shortly thereafter, or imminently thereafter, as the public round closes. So this is the opportunity. There'll be lots of announcements that will be announced during this time about different partnerships and different applications, which will also be launching when the mainnet goes live. But this is all about to happen imminently. So keep an eye out on the website for the public round information. And as soon as the public round and the public sale is finished, token generation event, mainnet goes live. This is all going to happen very quickly from here. So again, just a big thank you to everybody who has been waiting patiently. We're so thankful. We obviously know that there's been a lot going on in the market, and this has been a very interesting time. Like government adoption and enterprise adoption has been great over here, and we've been able to continue to build more relationships and partnerships outside of Indonesia as well. We've got some really cool things that we've been building, which we're very excited to see. And anyone who wants to come to Bali and come and celebrate the public round and the imminent TGE, um, head on over to Bali in the next couple of weeks for CoinFest, because we would love to have you here. Um, so thank you for all those who are patiently waiting. And we're really excited to bring the project to you all and to be able to build out this Mandala community. And we're very thankful for the Poker ecosystem support. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you very soon.